Conor Lee with MPCC Credit Union. Just in relation to, and I would hope this would never happen to Credit Union, but where you have a situation where you have non-payment, go back to the question in earlier.
Sure.
If it's a case that there is non-payment, you're holding the information, it's no longer on a server sitting on site that we have access to some of this cloud, and we're struggling to meet our invoices. And you mentioned the word that frightened me a little bit, the word purge, because purge means to me that it's deleted.
It's wiped, it's gone, it's deleted.
Yeah. Right. And that means then that information that might get us out of the trouble that we're actually in could be gone.
Well, the answer to that is that if in that circumstances that there's issues regarding the ability to pay, is that you engage with us as soon as possible. Now, I'm beginning to sound like a bank. But yeah, exactly. The bank might it's just being realistic about it. We haven't been in that particular case yet, but if you are struggling, engage with us, because regarding the terms and conditions, they are the terms and conditions within the contract. But if anybody is struggling, there is an element of flexibility from an operational point of view that can be facilitated. I can take one example where this is happening regarding the terms of contract of a particular customer we're happy with. And we said, well, actually, we can facilitate that. I don't want to go into too much details because
the concern really here is the data control. If you have a server on site, it's your own server, you have your own information on it, you own it, you've total control over it.
Yeah.
We're, by doing something along this line, are we handing that control over to Microsoft? Now, I'm not saying that you'd have used that control, but where the issue arises where there could be a difficulty between the two organisations for a reason that you're no longer control your own information.
From a professional point of view, from a relationship with the customer, that can't happen. If you imagine the impact if that happened with one customer and if it made news in the media or people became aware of it, just the trust in the service, not just ourselves but our competitors, would be negated, it'd be gone, and there would be no reason why people would look at the cloud-based service as being a legitimate offering for their needs. It's just being realistic about it. And as I said, we have a local team here from the support, we have a local team from an operational, and we have a local team from a legal point of view. If you did have a concern, make us aware of it, because it's not just a case of an automated process where after 30 days somebody presses the red button and it's gone. There has to be an element of flexibility. Now, obviously, it gets back to doing due diligence before you engage in the service and making sure that the T's and C's suit you and your requirements. But no, Microsoft will never be as heavy-handed as that. We learned our lessons in the courts. Turn it off.
Sorry, one other question. Sure. In relation to the presence,
yes.
Is it a situation whereby your workforce can come in the morning, they log in, they come up on IM or a version of IM, does it log when they're in and when they're leaving? As in, can you use that also like
as a time management?
Yeah.
The current service that you see there, no. The on-premise version, yes. The cloud-based service at the moment,
yes,
no. The on-premise service, yes. There's a lot more that Office Communication Server can do. So on-premise, we can actually, in certain circumstances, replace your PBX. We can work with SIP providers, and there's a lot more conferencing capabilities. So with this, not at the moment.
Hi. Where does the liability lie with any potential loss of information? Is it with Microsoft? Any eventuality of information being lost?
So is this, okay, so there's a couple of issues here. Regarding the financially backed SLA, that's primarily down to availability and downtime. Information being lost as in, well, there's a couple of areas here regarding end user deletion against the service itself. Now, from a technology point of view regarding the fact that we have the built-in redundancy, we have DPM and other technologies, I haven't come across it in the 16 months that we lost information, but I'm very confident in our ability to restore it if it happens, because I've been to the data center and I know from an operation point of view how quickly they can restore back to snapshots from the email point of view. Many techies are in the room, because I don't want to blind you with silence if everybody... Okay, so your email is held on an 8-node cluster, and we do 15-minute snapshots of that, one of the passive nodes over to Amsterdam. So we can actually restore back to 15 minutes. Now, we don't say that, we say it's 2 hours, just to give some leeway. From a SharePoint point of view, we can restore information back on a 12-hour basis. but then users have a 30-day recycle bin to go in and self-restore any information that they've deleted. And then from a back-end point of view, because we have the backup in Amsterdam, we have up to 30 days worth of information that we can restore back to. Now there's other options regarding integration, so if you wanted longer term storage options, there's considerations coming down the line where you can start redirecting information back to an on-prem storage solution if we can't meet your compliance requirements.
Just a second question, just on Word, mine's on Word.
Yeah.
Like at the moment, different versions of Word create differently with management documents. With this cloud, is that going to stop? With latest versions of Word going down the road, will everybody have different versions of Word be able to use the same document?
Okay, I'm going to put the salesman hat on now. Obviously, for the best experience, we would encourage people to be using 2007 and 2010. They're very similar file formats. There's very little changes between them. Obviously, at the moment is the challenge regarding people using older versions of Word and needing compatibility packs and all that. One of the elements with Office 365 that's coming later this year is that we give you Office Web Apps, and Office Web Apps is the ability to create, edit, and read documents through a browser. And then you can save them as the full documents and then send them out as 2007 compatible with 2003. Yes, the roadmap is that we will make very little changes to the file forms that are compatible with 2007, 2010, and whatever comes down the line. Historically, if you're using 2003 or 2000, we typically have a discussion around your investment cycles and try and get you up to the newer versions because of the integrated capabilities. But we also know there's a challenge there because there can be a cost. Now, with Office 365, we're giving customers the option of subscribing to Office 2010 Pro as part of their subscription fee. So that can get you up to a standardized base as well as part of the subscription.
Is that free?
Oh God.
Barbara, of course it is.
Let me finish. There's a range of offerings depending on which option you want to go for. Do you want Office or not? Do you want the full suite or not? Do you want certain components?
Yeah, like the direction forward will be, you can buy it standalone or packaged, so packaged with different services, so there'll be different options.
But it's still going to be quite a lot different. The cloud, there's a lot of different versions of different documents out there in the cloud.
Agreed, but there's other elements. So what I mentioned earlier about using it in an extranet scenario is that sometimes we're seeing companies using SharePoint to publish content out. What you could do, now there will be some hocus pocus licensing, is that you could actually publish out the content externally to the people to collaborate on. So they're using Office Web Apps to update the information without having the need for the client. They're writing it back into your organization. So it's one document, one version in your environment that you're choosing to share externally. So whatever version of Word is largely irrelevant unless they're using an older version that can't read the newer file formats. So it's more of an issue with them then as well. So we'll give you the advantage of using one standardized format and allowing people externally to go in and collaborate it without needing the client. That can be done.
The figure of 852 per month per user that you mentioned earlier on, is that inclusive or exclusive of the Action Point or partner fee?
Okay, so that's a direct subscription to Microsoft. What that includes is the capability to delegate the administration of this. But again, I might get Dave to jump in on this because we had this conversation last night.
There's a process to go through, a consultative process really to spend with a partner such as Action Point, where we can actually go in and work with you. I mean, there is time on our behalf taken to actually do the migration, but even in terms of making sure what we do is right for the future of your company. So we have to charge for our time. That's the professional service element of it. So
is that a monthly fee or is it going to be a...
Oh, no, it's a once-off.
The 852 is inclusive of the other providers.
Yeah, so it's like a licensing fee really is what we're talking about, what Microsoft, what Patrick's referencing there.
It's to complement the value that the partner can bring to you as a business as well. But while we're providing these elements, as I mentioned, the migration still needs to be considered. You still need to engage with the partner their practices and getting it done. But there's all the other services that partners provide as well. And I know the point that you're getting to is that we're paying Microsoft, but we're also paying the partner. We work through the channel. The partner adds a lot more to the relationship. They know you as a customer. They know exactly what you want, more so than we can ever do. And what you can do is that you can get them to manage this on your behalf as part of the engagement.